direction.
Okay, all right. Vinkamana Sudhakaran, bringing you to the conversation, sir. I just want to understand from you, on the flip side as well, there are certain people who feel that this then blurs the line between politics and the armed forces. And as Nijan Dhruv Katoch also pointed out, that the armed forces have always been apolitical. Do you feel that that argument holds true somewhere, or there is perhaps some blurring of the lines which ought to be avoided?
While you can say that the armed forces are apolitical, you also have to understand each and every one of us in our own right, reserve our right to choose our political ideologies, and we do have a choice. That's why you have armed forces ballots in the first place. So like if bureaucrats can join, if judges can join, if Bollywood actors can join, if comedians can join, you know, the people who are most suited for politics, who understand politics, diplomacy, all these things put together with the level of moral courage that is required, it is the people from my fraternity, and that is the armed forces. Talking to you about Air Chief Marshal R.K. Bhadoria, I know him personally. He was my vice chief, and then he went on to become the chief. In fact, when I sought my premature separation, it was under him that I actually left the service. So I know him personally. In fact, yesterday I had the opportunity to congratulate him for having taken this wise decision. We want more of these people in politics rather than thugs who come and masquerade as politicians and then brazen it out today, so much so that they rule from jail. What is the difference from a dacoit who could self-certify himself to say, I stole because of the circumstances that the society put me in, and therefore you cannot bring me under the rule of law. How can these become lawmakers? This is a question that I ask this countrymen. Have we become so devoid that we cannot find few men of spine who can stand their word and who can rule this country and give it a leadership? We don't have people like this. And even if some choose to do that, we abuse them day in and day out without even understanding what we are abusing that for. That is what the politics of this country has got reduced to. And my heart burns, it boils, my blood boils when I see politicians of this level to whom I'm compelled to vote for. At least I have a choice today. And I would want more of these choices when people come down. And why does it become a problem when you have good men joining politics who have served their lives? They have put 37 to 40 years in the service of the nation, and we have not just put our service, we take oath to lay down our lives. Tell me one profession that does that. And if he has done that for 40 long years, he's well within his rights to actually tell people what way to follow, to show the country the right path. That is the only way that India can grow. If we are going to even discuss on this subject, I think there is something seriously wrong with the society that we live in today, because we don't want able leadership. We don't want leadership which actually, can show some path, some destination. If you aspire to be a superpower which needs to rule the world, please understand, we need men of moral courage, of integrity, of honesty. You will find it nowhere other than the armed forces.
Okay, all right. Major Sudhakaran, coming back to you, as I mentioned, the former Air Chief also said that some of his best years in the army were in fact under the BJP leadership, and therefore he's grateful to accept his candidature as part of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Does that somewhere perhaps come across as an endorsement then of the BJP by a person who is highly trusted and valued by the nation?
This question is like this, if I speak the truth, I'm doomed. If I don't, I'm doomed.
Right.
It is for everyone to even understand. You were the 10th largest economy 10 years back. You were amongst the fragile five. Today we are hunting to go to the number 3rd position. So where is that even a question? You ask me, I'm going to give you the same answer. What is the option that this country has? You can probably bring a comedian like Zelensky and take India the Ukraine way. Is this what this country wants? If you think that all the problem in this world can be sorted out by one legislation or one day by one man, it's not going to happen. It's work in progress. What Prime Minister Modi has done in the last 10 years is unprecedented in the history of India for the last 1,000 years. I have said this time and again. You may call me whatever names you want, but that is the unfortunate truth that I am aligned to, or that is what I believe in. People can talk whatever they want. Their problems will never be solved. We cannot solve the problems of those crybabies. But then the reality is there for all of us to see, and then there is nothing much to look beyond. So if anybody has commented this, and that too at the chair of being the chief of the Indian Air Force, wherein we have done some tremendous efforts like going into Balakot and strike. When is the last time that the political leadership had the spine to even allow us to do that? In 1971, there was a curb. In the Kargil war, the Air Force was told not to, venture deep into Pakistan because there could be a fear of getting escalated into the nuclear threshold. When the 26/11 strikes happened, when hundreds of my countrymen were butchered in the streets of Mumbai, the people in power those days were just changing and doing makeup kits just in front of the Taj at the gateway. That is the kind of leadership that you had. Now, if there is a leader who led me and who very astutely has come and told that were the best days of his life in power, then how do we even debate it? How do we even question it? That is the truth.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to leave the last word with Major Mohammad Ali Shah. Major Shah,